This is 8-Bit Jam by Jesh. Just going to do a little volume boost on this one. That nasal voice. Well, thanks, Melanie. I appreciate that. I'm certainly doing my best for you guys up here. Hey, Riverman, thanks for coming, buddy. This is Reassurance by Peace Sus. I don't know, I mean, how else would you expect a horse to really steer, right? A lot of people complain about the controls in Red Dead Redemption, but I think all things considered, I think they've done a brilliant job. People often compare it to Assassin's Creed, and I think the controls in Assassin's Creed are quite bad. I think Rockstar has done way better in Red Dead than they did with GTA. Thanks, Brittany. What gives me inspiration? Well, I don't know. Just the sounds I hear, really. Alice in Wonderland is what inspired me to make Alice, you know, so same thing with Terminator and same thing with Kadenchi, I guess you could say, just inspired by culture and people. Folks, if you've just joined us, this is my first test on Livestream, so if the video's any good and if the audio's stereo and if it's any good as well, please just let us know. This is Reassurance by Peace Sus, aka Patrick Sways off, God knows. Thanks, Melanie. Wow. You work at Disneyland. What do you do at Disneyland exactly? I have not thought of actually, I have thought of remixing The Matrix, yeah. Not really acted on it, though, because I think that's a special project right there. I couldn't just splash around with a Matrix remix. I'd have to do it justice, because I love that film. I couldn't say the same thing with the second and third films, though. This is Zippity Doodah by Jesh. This is an oldie, but it's definitely one of my favorites. I don't really get permission to remix films. It's really just because I think they apply to the fair use defense, which is why I've never really had them taken down for real. Yeah, you don't need permission. As long as you're remixing a film, you know, out of a good place in your heart, you're not trying to supersede it, you're not trying to make profit out of it. I've always made sure I do that, and I've never really gotten into trouble. This is Zippity Doodah by Jesh, an oldie but a classic. Yeah, I can't post Ariel, unfortunately, because that's a Disney commission, so they technically own it now. So I think it's the same as Swashbuckle. Actually, more specifically, Swashbuckle and Ariel are commissions for Disney parks, which is obviously you know, the theme parks, because they were doing new rides and all that sort of thing.
Yes, sir, honey. It happened on one of them zippity-doo-dah days. Now that's the kind of thing when you can't open your mouth without a song jumping right.
Yeah, I've done a couple of commissions for them. I did Upula, the Up remix, and I did Toys Noise, the Toy Story mix. It's been a good run. Yeah, Papers Out was good fun. Citizen Kane mix, for those of you who haven't heard it. I released a mix called Kane, and I released a mix called Papers Out, and they were all... I tried to kind of break my own cliche. I pretended I didn't have a rhythm, and I pretended I didn't have a structure. I literally just pasted sounds together without having to follow any particular melody or rhythm. And so I produced these tracks that I think are a lot more sort of flowing than the stuff I usually make. And so that was Kane and Papers Out, which are on SoundCloud. This track is called That Night by Jesh. This is one of his newer works, I think. Sure, I can play Kane for you. I do kind of want to mix other people on this stream, but I'll play one. I'll play Kane. If I have it, I'll have a look for it. It's actually kind of sounding sus-ish, but with a Jesh twist.
Velvet
Alrighty, that is That Night by none other than the Jishinator, Joshua Kershaw in the UK, the kid who is way too talented for his own good. If you just joined us, folks, welcome to Livestream. This is my first attempt streaming on Livestream. How many viewers are we up to? Apparently we got a 50 cap. No, we don't. We got 51. Wow, that's great. That's more than I ever had on Ustream. Awesome. Thanks for coming, folks. Feel free to jump in public chat, ask some questions. I'm not going to be taking requests really on this stream just because I don't have my library close at hand. Someone requested I play Kane, which is a mix I did of Citizen Kane. So let's see how this goes.
Let's go to the parlor.
Piano.
And security.
Oh, you can only hear me sing.
Let's go to the parlor.
Hey, Dave, thanks for coming. You're right about that. It is a 50 cap, yeah.
Fight this all alone.
Charles.
All right.
Piano.
Let's go.
Just the other day,
Will I please send greetings to Doc South? Greetings, Doc South. There isn't an extended version of the YouTube orchestra piece, no. That was,
Let's go to the parlor.
I wouldn't want an extended version, in all honesty.
All right.
Piano.
and security.
I did a bit of research into YouTube Live. Apparently, you need to be invited, and honestly, at the rate that live stream's going, I don't know if I'd want to use anything else because the options that they give me here are fantastic. Video quality looks good. Sound is in stereo and sounds good.
Didn't end very well. It ended.
Some folks have said it sounds better than Ustream, which I could certainly believe. This is 3 works in progress by Shaijin, aka Val. Val's a fella in France who's working on my new website and doing a damn good job. There is a way to set 16:9 video. I don't think this camera is 16:9 though. I really like what Val's done with these Monsters Inc. chords. These are 3 works in progress by Shaijin. He's getting his chords down pat. My 3D audio tools are really, it's just a dummy head that I built with silicon ears, and then inside the ears I placed binaural microphones. And then you have to calibrate those microphones because...
Monstrous. Talking fish. This is a nightmare. Nightmare.
This is work from Shaijin, because when you put microphones in a set of tubes, it makes it sound like shit, so you need to invert the coloration, and it's a long... that's a lot of explaining to do. I'm sure no one wants to be bored with those details just yet.
This is a nightmare. Fish. Nightmare. Monstrous. Talking fish. This is a nightmare. Fish. Nightmare. Monstrous. Talking fish. This is a nightmare.
It was works in progress by Shaijin. I haven't done SoundCloud patrolling for a few days, so I think next stream I do, I might make sure that I've got everything up to date. This is by Gold Pick Carrots. It's called Not Too Sweet. It's a work in progress of his.
Kako aloha kakahaka.
It's a work in progress by Gold Pick Carrots, aka I suppose you could say David. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, buddy. Sorry. But yeah, some really great tunes coming from Gold Pick Carrots, who is coincidentally working on a video for my next World of Warcraft track. Dave's got some serious skills on the cutting room. He also did my video for Boo Bass with all the doors and all the awesome visual effects stuff. I thought he did fantastic work. Made a good decision choosing to go with him for my next few vids. Someone asked, where can we download that track? Dave, you're going to have to shout yourself out there, buddy. I'm not sure if you can download that off SoundCloud. I can't remember if I ripped that or if I actually downloaded it. So we'll have to, you'll have to check out Gold Pick Carrots on... Is your username on SoundCloud Gold Pick, or is it something else? You'll have to shout yourself out in the chat room there, buddy. It looks like someone wants to download your work. And rightly so, a bit of sound card fuzz there. This is That's a question for you there, Forbidden Disco. Yep. Is that coming in stereo for you there, buddy? Sweet. This is a Casablanca remix by Forbidden Disco. Check the public chat for his SoundCloud link. He's got some awesome, awesome tracks. Forbidden Disco, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we've got some more Forbidden Disco. This is called Dumbo Mania. He calls this Pogo versus Phoenix. I downloaded this off his SoundCloud, so you could download it as well, I believe. And this is basically a super fresh disco mix of some work in progress I've got going with some Dumbo samples. But it's very Forbidden Disco, man. He's totally made it his own thing. I absolutely love the way this has come out. Dumbo Mania by Forbidden Disco. Definitely be sure to check out his SoundCloud page if you like that, because he's got plenty more. This is called this is just called Aragorn Mix by Dustin Goodwin, aka Dynamo. These are all sounds and voices and chords from Lord of the Rings.
Archival 2000 good men off our road. 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 Party 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 Archival 2000 good men off our road.
That was the sounds of Dynamo, Dustin Goodwin, out from St. Louis. That was his track Aragorn mix. Obviously voices of Aragorn from Lord of the Rings and chords as well. You can check out more of Dusty's stuff at, I think it's soundcloud.com/Dynamo. I should be putting links in the public chat. This is another track from Jesh. This is called 3DS Remix. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, this track is called Dimensions with a 3. This is actually the version Jesh sent me before he had it finished. Jesh and I are still collaborating on a remix for Ocarina of Time, for those of you who don't know. And it's coming along very well. I might give you guys a preview some other time, perhaps. Jesh is really outdoing himself, is all I can say. Jesh actually scored himself a bit of viral attention with this track. This is his track Dimensions, which is a remix of the sounds of his Nintendo 3DS. And it was blogged around the web a few times on some really major sites. And he did have some corporate interest as a result from a prospective contractor, you could say. But unfortunately, they couldn't hire him for some work because he's too young at the moment, which is a tragedy. There you go. That's Jesh, who's also on SoundCloud. So, yeah. If you just joined us, thanks for coming down. This is our first public test with Livestream. I haven't done this before. Big thanks to Kemsey, who's in the public chat, maybe, I think, unless he's left. And we've managed to get some pretty decent video quality and sound quality going. At the moment, I'm kind of toying with the idea of maybe signing up for a premium membership, maybe, which will get rid of the ads for everybody, and it will allow us to get more people to watch. I think we've got 51 cap at the moment. But I do need to be able to justify the $350 price tag. I don't remember the name of the contractor that Jesh was approached by. It was a very large media agency in the UK. It would have paid him very well, from what I remember. He'll get there, man. He'll get there. He's seriously, Jesh is getting so good at what he does. It's only a matter of time before he starts doing some really big jobs. Shijin is the pseudonym of Val, who's a fella in France who he's also making remixes and stuff, but he also happens to be working on my new site, which is coming along very, very well. He's actually Val is a damn good web developer and designer. I'm really looking forward to getting that out. Track is called Beautiful Moments With, and you can find that on my Texture Box album. Here's a short track by Jesh, which is very, very short. It's a work in progress. It's just simply called Tertulia Whip. I really wish he'd make this longer, because I really like how this has come out. Oh, Shijin's here. Sorry, mate. Yeah, thanks for coming down. This track's called, this is a classic PSUS track. I watched him on YouTube making this. This is called I Remember, which I'm sure quite a few of you have heard, but we've got 50 folks in here, so 49, so hopefully someone hasn't heard it before. PSUS works mostly with a Roland sampler and Ableton Live. I Remember by PSUS. Not sure when I'll be back in the US, Sevio. I'm definitely looking for employment. I understand it's very difficult in the US these days, especially for a foreigner. I'm trying to line up a prospective employer, one that would give me freedom to do the whole Pogo thing after hours. But I could be looking at months to get a green card. I don't work with reverse engineers anymore, so they're not really an option. Europe. Yeah. I'd consider going to Europe, maybe. I wouldn't call it an entertainment capital of the world. It's probably... I don't know, a lot of my friends are in Pittsburgh. I'm definitely keen on moving somewhere where I have some support. This track's called I Remember by Pisos. Some Pisos there with his track called I Remember. This is a Jesh remix of a Pisos track. Jesh calls this, well, he just calls it Reassurance, which is the name of the original Pisos track. The Reassurance track by Pisos, remixed by Jesh. Again, I wish he made it longer. Thanks, Paper Artichoke. Thanks for coming down to the show in Boston. We had great fun. That one guy was definitely rocking it. We had a few shows that it was just a crowd for me, and then we had a few shows where it was just a crowd for him. So we both had nights where we had a lot of people looking at us not knowing what the hell was going on. This is a Dynamo remix of my track Kadenchi, which is all sounds that we recorded in Tibet, well, Bhutan, technically, which is obviously where Tibet has been moved as a result of Chinese oppression. Thanks, Mel. Sugarella's one of those tracks that I knew wouldn't do so well, but I liked how it came out so much. I just uploaded it anyway. Sometimes you got to do what feels right, I guess. Thanks for coming, Doof Cake. What is a doof cake exactly? You'll have to indulge us. There we go. Beautiful. That is the remix of Kadenchi by Pisos. We have one more remix of Kadenchi here. This is by Ditto. Ditto is Joshua McGinty in Perth, West Australia, which is where I am at the moment. And he did some really great work on this track as well. With any luck, we might see a vinyl of these remixes from Reverse Engineers in future. Hey, Josh. This is the Ditto remix of Kadenchi. We've got Ditto in the room with us at the moment, folks. Josh MC. What other countries will we remix? I haven't really thought about that at this point. I might be going to New Zealand later this year on a trip. And I think it would be I grew up in New Zealand, so I would love the opportunity to do some filming and sound recording down there. I wouldn't do Kickstarter again, because I now have the task of shipping like 1,000 and something Space Bunny USBs and t-shirts, and for some reason it never occurred to me. Hey, thanks for coming, Bunny. The only thing I think of these days when I read The Wild Bunny is all the wild bunnies I've slaughtered in Red Dead Redemption. I like that synth. There we go, the Ditto remix of Kadenchi. I want to show you guys something else this time. I did play this on my last stream on Ustream, but we seem to have a great many more people on Livestream, it would seem. So this is something I did. I was playing around with this one day, and I took some vocals of the Tin Can in Wizard of Oz, and I chucked them together with some chords from a Nujabes track, and then I put a house beat on top of that. And the Tin Can's singing miraculously lined up perfectly with the chords from the Nujabes track. So this is what happened. Okay, that's obviously a hip-hop beat. That's a different version. Let me pull up my house version. That's actually more of like a Nujabes faithful thing. This is the house beat I was talking about.
If I only had a brain.
obviously massive vocal pitching going on there, but I was having fun. I didn't care.
Just to register emotion, jealousy, devotion, and really feel the blood, really feel the blood. Friends with the sparrows, and the boy who shoots the arrows, if I only had a heart.
There we go. Obviously the Tin Can and Dorothy and the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz laid over a Nujabes track. This is a track called Merlin that I did around the time of White Magic. I can't remember if it was before or after, but it's archival stuff, so listen with caution.
We'll have to modernize it.
There we go. It's a track I did a long time ago called Merlin. Kind of just stuff done with White Magic. No, Sword in the Stone. The track I did officially was called White Magic. If you have heard Kadenchi, the Tibet remix I did, the chords in this track might sound lab. And I actually just pulled the chords straight out of this track, but I think I did lower them a lot for the Tibet remix. So let's take a listen. There you go. That's music made with the PlayStation game called Fluid, using samples that you collect in the temple world. I think actually if you search YouTube for Fluid/temple, you might find very similar sounds in whatever video that is. I've been playing this quite a bit on my streams lately. This is by Homestar Ronatron. I'm kind of liking this the more I hear it. It's called Beautiful Comedy. It's a music made with sounds from Whose Line Is It Anyway? There you go. That's by Homestar Ronatron. It's a kid in Hawaii called Sky. And he's working on a remix of Back to the Future at the moment, which is looking incredible from the previews I've seen. Sky has found a DeLorean on Hawaii, which is where he lives, and he's convinced the owner to allow him to film it. And that's what he's been doing for the past 6 months. He's been filming this DeLorean. And then from the preview I've seen, he's compositing all the sounds from Back to the Future into windows of the DeLorean and into the tires and the hubcaps and all that stuff. And it sounds crazy, but he is doing a phenomenal job. Sky, I think, is sort of late teens now. And yeah, he's in Hawaii of all places. But hey, then so is Gold Pick Carrots. I've got to get to Hawaii sometime. It sounds like a good place to be. This is a mega mix by Jorka. It's called Bass Buckle. Jedi Fan 421 asks, how is the Zelda remix coming along? It's going well. Me and Jesh are busy collaborating on an Ocarina of Time mix, and I understand Jesh is really busting his balls on the video already. I think we really are kind of nearing completion, actually, and so Jesh is kind of getting a head start on the video. And he's had to spend a few days at his cousin's house so that he can capture clips from the game using an emulator, because his cousin's PC is a lot more powerful. Capturing raw HD is not something everyone's computer can do. So, yeah, Ocarina of Time mix is going to be awesome. Go. Mega mix by Jorka. Very awesome, man. I tell ya, must have taken him ages to put that together. This is Higgins and Doolittle by Remix Luke. I'd love to know what happened to Remix Luke. He did really fine work.
Imaginative and musical mixtures of sound. Use a second morning. I'm so used to 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 second morning. I'm so joy. The second they go to 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 use the second morning. I'm so used to second morning. I'm so used to second morning. I'm so used to second morning. I'm so joy. The second they go to joy. The second they go to joy. The second they go to joy. The second they go use the second morning. I'm so used to 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 second morning. I'm so joy. The second they go to 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 use the second morning. I'm so used to 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 second morning.
That's Higgins and Doolittle by Remix Luke. What happened to that fella? I want him to make more music. That stuff speaks straight to me soul. This is a track I never finished. It's called Her Perfume. That's a track from many years ago called Her Perfume, which I never finished. I don't know who her is referring to exactly. Or maybe I do know, and it's just nobody's business. This is called Bike Ride by Dustin Goodwin, Dynamo. It's a short one, but it's one of me faves. That's Bike Ride by Dynamo. Sorry about my sound card fuzz. I don't know why it does that. It doesn't like being streamed. Yeah, that's obviously Dustin Goodwin, Dynamo. It's one of his classic tracks. It's time for some Akufin. This is Heaven Can Wait, one of my favourites of his. Mr. Simon asks, do I have this on CD? I do not. I have basically everything Akufin ever made, but it's all in the form of shitty MP3s. I need to find his vinyls somewhere. That'd make an awesome collection. Heaven Can Wait by Akufin, A-K-U-F-E-N. I was heavily inspired by this man as a teenager. That's Heaven Can Wait by Akafin, and I mentioned he was a big inspiration for me back in the day, so I thought I'd prove that. This is a track I made called I'm a Climbin', which I never really released, but you can hear how Akafin has really been a major influence throughout my whole music-making escapade. Alright, it's time for some Preview 73. This is a short track of his called Rain Edit Interlude.
It kinda gets inside you, the silences, I mean, they kinda wrap around you and loosen everything.
That is Rain Edit Interlude by Prefuse 73. To my understanding, Prefuse 73 does most of his work with an MPC 1000 or an MPC 2000 XL or whatever the hell version it is. But I think it's very impressive because he does very glitchy work, and an MPC is obviously just an entirely hardware interface, so he's not using software. At least he wasn't for these tracks. For his first few albums, he was all on an MPC, which was fascinating. I had an opportunity to use an MPC. It was an MPC 1000, and I liked it, but I guess my problem with the MPC was that you've really got to be a hardware guy. Like it can get tedious. You've got to sample, and you've got to sequence, and you've got to trim, and you've got to normalize, you got to master and do everything on this little box. So not my thing. This is a slower version of Bloom. This is actually the first version of Bloom I made before I turned it into a whole dance thing, if you could call it dance. There you go. That's the first version of Bloom before I finished it. I'm going to head out now, folks. I think this Ustream thing has proven to be quite successful. And got to make sure my mic is on. And yeah, look, thanks for coming down. It's been good fun. I hope to have a set of really new stuff for you next time, because I've been spinning these tracks now for a few streams, and I'd rather do something a bit fresh. Because the stream actually ends when I press stop, and it actually takes 3 seconds to get to you. Sometimes streams in the past have ended abruptly. So I'm going to exit with a track this time. And this is one of my favorites of Jesh. I have played this before, but if you've just joined us and you haven't heard this before, I'm more than happy to introduce you. This is Zippity Doodah by Jesh. Thanks for coming down, folks.
Yes, sir, honey. It happened on one of them zippity-doo-dah days. Now that's the kind of day when you can't open your mouth without a song jump right out of it.